Thanks for joining us for City Council Comments. I'm Steve Erickson, along with Council Member at Large Pat Carlson. Today we're talking about both the May 7th and our May 21st City Council meetings. Thanks for coming in again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back here. I don't know where we're jumping in. We're kind of getting into summer here, so a lot of activities on tap. We'll be talking about those a little later in the show, but this is the time of year where I feel like there's a lot to do.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got the nicer weather, no snow, right?
Oh, yep.
So that's good. All right, well, let's jump into things here. We're going to start off with our Tuesday, May 21st meeting. One of the first items we want to talk about there was a Poppy Day proclamation for the American Legion Post 334 and Auxiliary. And actually, at our first meeting of the month, we also had a proclamation for VFW Post 9625 and their auxiliary for the sale of poppies.
Yes. So, Poppy Day is tomorrow, May 24th. And yes, our Legion and VFW were selling poppies. And of course, we want to display our poppies to honor our veterans who were killed in action, and also the sale of the poppies, which is done. But the sale of the poppies also helps to raise funds to assist veterans and their families today.
All right.
So it's tomorrow is Poppy Day, where we honor our veterans who were killed in action.
All right, so that Poppy Day is actually Friday, May 23rd officially. And then this weekend, Saturday, May 24th, there's the annual Memorial Day services here in Coon Rapids.
Yep. Memorial Day services at Morningside Gardens at 10 a.m. and at Bunker Hills Park at 11:30 a.m.
Okay, and you've been to that before, you said,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and they usually have a picnic one after the Bunker Hills one?
It's very nice, very nice, yes.
Okay. All right. Moving forward, Council approved a temporary on-sale strong beer and wine liquor license. This is for the 4th of July community celebration for the Coon Rapids North Star Lions Club.
Yep.
Wanted to mention this because our celebration now is, just a little over a month away.
It's coming up. It's coming up July 2nd to the 4th, and a lot of great things going on.
Yeah, and this is at Boulevard Plaza, which is on the grounds of the Coon Rapids Ice Center.
Yep.
There is one new event that I know of this year. It's a bags tournament,
Yes.
and that's going to be on Wednesday, July 3rd at 5 p.m. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, the bags tournament is to raise money for the Police Explorers
Association.
I'm sorry, the Coon Rapids Police Association. It's a new event. It'll be fantastic. Bags are very popular.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to have a new event for people.
Yeah, it's two-person teams, and you can sign up online. You do need to register online. There's a max of, I believe, 24 teams. But all the money that's raised from this is going to go to the Shop with a Cop program. They do the back-to-school event where they take the kids shopping, or they get supplies before school, and then there's also before the holidays.
Yes, very worthy cause. Shop with a Cop is it? Easy for me to say.
Something like that.
Shop with a Cop is a great program. It's a great way for police to reach out to the community and work with the kids, and helps out the kids from our families that may not be able to afford it. And it's just a fantastic program. So it's a good thing.
All right. Well, you can learn more about this. The summer newsletter will be coming out the beginning of June. There's also information on the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov. Again, July 2nd through the 4th is the celebration. We have the parade at 6 p.m. on July 2nd to sort of kick things off. A lot of the other events are back. The Firecracker 5K on the 4th, and then, of course, the big fireworks show.
Oh, those are some great fireworks.
Yeah.
From the top of that fire station, it's just glorious. You can see them from everywhere.
Yeah, all right. We'll be shooting them off in no time here now. All right, moving forward, Council adopted a resolution accepting plans and specifications. This is for the Coon Creek Regional Trail pedestrian bridge, and authorized the solicitation of bids. This is actually going to be something visual you're going to see in Port Riverwalk there on Coon Rapids Boulevard. Yeah,
it'll be on the north side of Coon Rapids Boulevard. It'll start going up and over Coon Rapids Boulevard, kind of by Lilliput. It'll come down, and it'll link up with the trail that runs along Center Homes on the south side of Coon Rapids Boulevard. We've had some work sessions on the designs and such like. It'll be a very nice design. I think it'll be a real attractive addition to Coon Rapids Boulevard. It'll also make it a lot easier for those folks who are on our wonderful trail system that comes through Elflin Park and up and over Coon Rapids Boulevard to the Coon Rapids Dam. It'll be a nice addition for that. It'll make it a lot more convenient for people to cross. So it'll be a real nice addition. I think it'll look very nice.
Okay, and we did receive a lot of grant money for this, correct?
Oh yes, this is almost exclusively funded through grants. The city will have to add a portion, especially for design, but it's almost all funded with grants.
All right. And it looks like bid opening they plan to do, looks like late June, and then that'll come to you for award at your July 9th City Council meeting.
Yep.
So it sounds like construction's then going to start after that. Will that be done this year, or is it going to take longer than
It
that?
won't be done this year.
Okay.
That's for sure. But it'd be nice to see how those bids come out.
Yeah. You never know these days with
Nope.
the increasing costs of things,
Yep.
right? All right, so we look forward to seeing that and seeing what those bids are. Council adopted a resolution accepting plans and specifications. This is for the soccer complex, some new field lighting. Sounds like the field lighting there hasn't been really changed in a number of years.
No, it hasn't. It's really old. And this new LED lighting will be very cost effective. And it'll be of course, be great lighting, but also be very cost effective. And so it makes sense. And we don't have to change the poles, just the lighting. They're just going to reset the lighting because the poles are in great shape.
Okay.
And so just be the lighting. And like I said, overall, it's a great move because we're going to save money in the long run with that LED lighting.
Yeah, and from what I recall, this is being done in two phases, right? Half of it in this year's budget and half of it in next year's budget?
Yes, which is a real smart way to do it.
Okay. And it looks like, from what I can tell here, that they are planning, requesting approval of an installation contract at the July 23rd council meeting, but the work wouldn't actually start till November 1st. I imagine that is after the fall soccer season, because that is a busy place.
Yes, it is.
In the fall.
Well, and that
year round, really during the summer and spring as well.
That soccer complex is so well used,
Yeah.
and of course we want to do our best to keep up on things there.
All right. That is all we had from our May 21st meeting that we wanted to talk about. Jumping back now to our Tuesday, May 7th meeting, we had one of the first items there. Mayor Cook read a proclamation declaring National Public Works Week, which actually I think we're in right now, right?
We are. Yes, we are. Boy, we have a fantastic public works department. That's something that we see every day, right?
Yeah.
With our roads and our sidewalks and our water systems and things like that. And we just have a fantastic bunch of people working there, and they work very hard. And Public Works Director Tim Himmer is absolutely fantastic with what he does. And so it's a great time to acknowledge the work that they do there. They had the open house last Saturday. I heard it's about 250 people, which is pretty typical. Great opportunity to get people out there to check out the equipment and to see what we have. Yeah,
I was there last year taking some photos, and it's just the fun the families have going through there, and the kids being able to climb up on the trucks and sit inside the cab.
Who doesn't love big trucks?
Yeah,
it's kind of
really
fun.
Cool. All right, so Public Works Week is May 19th through the 25th, so 2 more days here it looks like. All right, moving forward, Council adopted a resolution accepting a waste prevention and recycling grant funds from Anoka County.
Yes. So Anoka County is given our city a grant for $13,987. It's a 6-month program. See how it goes. 2 collection sites for organic waste in I think Sand Creek Park is one. Can't think of where the other one is offhand, but 2 sites, pickup every 2 weeks, and it's just kind of a give her a shot for 6 months and see how it goes.
All right. So Sand Creek, we thought I saw that somewhere, but I don't recall exactly where. I know there'll be more information. Right. Maybe it's even coming out in the summer newsletter, but here it was in the spring newsletter. I found it. Let's see here. I don't know if it said they're opening later spring. So check the website for those information because it's on the city website, but there has been more of a push, it seems lately, to do this organics recycling. I know the city has a positioned right, that kind of works with some of this. I know she was Kate
Yes.
Anderson. She was
Yeah,
digging through
yeah.
the trash and also doing some programming with residents.
Yeah, so this is organics, right? Your household waste. And not all haulers offer it. And so it gives people a nice option if they want to recycle their organics.
Okay, and they can do it at the recycling center. I know they have a bin
Yeah.
there, and
Yes.
actually they collected 228,000 pounds of organics recycling was collected and diverted from the landfill last year in 2023. So
That's pretty good.
quite a bit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so there's just more
And
options
that's just at
now.
one site.
Yeah, so there's now these
good.
2 additional sites that are coming, and
Yeah.
it'll be nice for folks that want to do that. All right, moving forward, council approved contracts for the 2024 street maintenance program,
Okay,
and that was item number 10.
10. So this will be a maintenance. So seal coating, pavement markings,
Yep.
crack sealing, fog sealer, things like that, just to keep our roads as well kept as possible, well maintained as possible.
And this one is the one that we do with more than a dozen other cities, right, to keep the costs down?
Yes. We use the consortium, and what a great cost-effective way to do it. We have this consortium where we work with these other cities, and so we get better bids, and definitely a great move to save our taxpayers some money.
Yeah, and I mean, all the cities have to do this work, so why not?
Why not? Yeah,
You know.
work together and drop those costs.
All right, so this stuff will be going on, I imagine, throughout the summer, and it looks like the program, I don't know how many cities there are, but it says it's like Andover, Arden Hills, Brooklyn Center, Champlin, Circle Pines, Columbia Heights, us, East Bethel, Fridley, Ham Lake, Matamidi, Mounds View, Rogers, and St. Francis. How many is that, Pat?
Oh, right around 12. Hang on.
More than a dozen.
I only have 10
We were
fingers
right.
here, okay?
Right, exactly. But I feel like this has been, we keep adding new
It just
entities
grows,
each year.
And the more we grow, the more costs we have.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah, all right. Moving forward, council adopted a resolution adopting assessments. This is for street reconstruction for this year, and primarily the big area that will be impacted by street reconstruction is the Woodcrest neighborhood, correct?
Yes, yep, the Woodcrest neighborhood, and then there's a couple smaller neighborhoods, 89th and East River Road, where the townhomes are on the east side, and also 102nd Avenue and Goldenrod, which is kind of by the post office, in Foley there. And so, but yeah, the main thing is Woodcrest. And it'll be really nice to redo those roads, and of course the water main project is going to go along with it. New water mains at Woodcrest. Those are very old systems, and so of course the street reconstruction will come after the water mains, and this will be part of that.
Yeah, so certainly inconvenience for the neighborhood for the summer, but in the end they get new rebuilt streets.
Yes.
So, short-term pain, right, for the long-term.
And those
gain.
assessments can be very painful for people, and I understand that,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate that. Overall, it does increase the value of your property as well, though.
Okay. I believe it's right around, I don't want to quote a price, it's around $2,300 or so?
About $2,300, yeah.
For the year, and that can
Yep.
be put on your taxes for 10 years if
Yep.
you're not able to pay it
Yes.
in full. But if it goes on your taxes, then there's some interest
Yep.
charged on that.
That is true.
All right. So 2.9 miles of city streets is what's being done this year, and that work actually started earlier this month on May 6th. Of course, I know that our engineering department and streets are great about communicating with the residents. They send out weekly updates on the construction, so you can sign up for those online, and you can get more information online about just kind of where the work's at and what's going on.
I know our city engineer, Mark Hansen, does a great job of being hands-on with people.
Yes.
If there are any issues that come up, during the construction or the reconstruction, Mark's been real good about working between residents and the contractors.
All right. Council adopted a resolution accepting plans and specifications for pavement rejuvenator project and authorizing the solicitation of bids. This is something we've started in the last couple of years that is going to help prolong the life of our streets.
Yes, absolutely. Anything we can do, right, to save having to resurface our roads. Longer life we get out of those, the better. And this is a great relatively low-cost way of doing it, just to try to extend the life of our roads.
All right. Because as we can see with when the street maintenance thing, it is expensive to redo.
It sure is, yeah. And so anything we can do to extend the life for our roads is a great idea. So it's just money well spent.
All right. Council adopted a resolution providing for the sale of about $8.5 million in general obligation bonds. Now, this is sort of how we pay or fund the
Yes.
street reconstruction, right?
Yes.
That's one of the items in here.
Yes. So the biggest chunk of that are the new water mains in the Woodcrest neighborhood. And those are 74-year-old water mains.
Wow.
Time to switch them out. And then the next largest chunk of that is the new sidewalks and streets as part of the street project we were just talking about. And about $1.5 million of that is to finally complete that Coon Creek Trail project. The trail, pedestrian bike trail that will lead from Main Street down to 121st Avenue, west of Hanson Boulevard. That is it's already funded. The money's already there.
Yes.
We just need to take the bond for the project.
Okay.
So, yep, that's where that's going to go.
Because that was done out of the 23 park bond. That's basically the last
Yep.
project
It's
to complete that.
absolutely, it's the last bit of money that's left in that fund.
Okay, so we bond for these, and then we'll go up the market, get quotes, or try to get the best rate we can,
Yep.
and then those bids will come back to you for adoption.
Yep.
All right. Council adopted a resolution approving the 2024-2025 Teamsters Local 320 Collective Bargaining Agreement. This is our Public Works group, and this is the last bargaining unit to settle for this year as well as 2025.
Yes. So we're covered for contracts for a while.
Yeah, so it helps obviously 2024 was budgeted, but going into the 2025 budget, which is already, work has been underway now for a couple months already.
And some of these take a long time to work out, and I was happy that they're able to come to an agreement and a reasonable conclusion, and so it's good to have that contract behind us.
Yeah. All right. That is all we have to talk about on that meeting. As we mentioned off the top, it is almost summer, right? The official start of summer is this weekend, in fact, and which means we're getting into our busy time for events. And one of those happens to be our summer concert series, which actually kicks off in about 2 weeks.
Yes. The Castaways, June 6th at the Coon Rapids Dam. Kind of old school rock and roll. Castaways have been coming out pretty much every year. So that'll be really nice. Those summer concerts are so much fun.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't been to those summer concerts, please think about coming. It's just a real nice time. They don't charge you to get into the Coon Rapids Dam. You don't charge you for parking on those nights, and it gets pretty crowded. So bring a lawn chair. Just come in, relax, and enjoy great concerts. They're great community events.
Yeah, and the series is organized by our Arts Commission, and as you mentioned, the first concert will kick off Thursday, June 6th, 7 p.m. is when the music starts. And there's 9 concerts this summer, all the way up to Thursday, August 8th. So again, check out your summer newsletter, which will be arriving here in June, or go to the city's website to see all of those dates.
Yeah, it looks like they mix it up a little bit. Looks like there's a few different bands in this year.
Yeah, one I hadn't heard of. So
yeah, it'll be, like all the other years. It'll be a great year, and thanks to the wonderful Arts Commission for their work on this.
Yeah, they do a good job, certainly. All right, and then we also have a bike rodeo that is coming up. I was out at this one last year, and it was just the number of kids that turned out, and they had fun just going through the obstacles and learning about bike safety.
Yeah, it's Saturday, June 8th.
Yep.
10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Noon.
10 o'clock in the morning till noon. Thank you for catching that.
Yeah.
At Lions Park.
Yeah.
Lions Park, it'll be great. All the great fundamentals of bike safety and making sure that they'll be able to have the kid with their bike there to make sure that their bike is fit properly. I imagine we'll be doing something with helmets. Great event. Also, just a great way for the police officers to connect with the kids and the families in the community. So it's just great for a lot of reasons.
Yep. Like you said, the bike helmets as well, they'll be for sale. They'll fit them to your head as well, like you said, as your bike. So you actually bring your bike to this event.
Yes.
And they'll fit you there. And they did also have a limited amount of bikes for people that didn't have bikes and weren't able to afford them. And actually, were giving away bikes last year.
And that's great. I mean, that's great. But also, it's nice for to have an event where the children can bring their bike.
Yeah.
Because a child riding a bike too big, wrong fit can be not just uncomfortable, but dangerous for the child.
Yes.
And it's great for the officer to be able to check out those bikes and the proper adjustments for the seats and the handlebars and things like that. Make sure everything's tight.
Yeah.
You see a kid with the loose handlebars, loose seat. Good to make sure that stuff is in tip-top shape before they're out there riding around. The helmets, of course, are extremely important, but you want to make sure that helmet is a proper fit for the child.
Yeah.
And if the helmet's worn, a helmet that's the wrong size or not properly fitted, it can be just won't work.
Right. I
So-
mean, you think you have protection, but
Yeah.
you might not in a crash.
Great program, great for the police department, great for the community.
All right. So I believe this is their third year, actually. The first year was a little rainy, and then last year was much nicer, so they block off the parking lot. That new parking lot is what they did last year at Lions Coon Creek Park. So again, Saturday, June 8th, 10 a.m. to noon. You can go there. You don't need to register. Just show up with your bike and have a good time. And then another place Pat will be this summer. If you want to come out and see Pat, we have our Summer in the City neighborhood meetings.
Those are
So we have those coming up.
Summer in the City, great meetings. You have the locations there, Steve.
I will pull up that. Yeah, our
Thank
first
you
one
so
is
much.
actually Tuesday, June 11th.
Summer in the City, great. Well, it's great for a lot of reasons. First of all, you have access to our wonderful staff, the city. Everyone comes out. A lot of our organizations attached to the city, they come out.
Yeah.
It's just a great time to meet with the people from our Public Works Department, meet the people from our Engineering Department, get a chance to FaceTime one-on-one with staff members, ask questions, and it's great. It also brings people to our parks. We have these fantastic parks, and it'll bring people out. We have 50 parks in Coon Rapids, and a lot of people are kind of used to their neighborhood park, but this is a great way to get people to come out and discover, some of the different parks we have, and learn something, about some, a park that you may never even heard of.
Yeah.
And so that's great. And also, as a council member, it's great for me because, people have questions or concerns or what have you. I can, make myself available for that conversation.
Yeah, and a lot of our council members are at each meeting. And that first one, again, is Tuesday, June 11th at Mercy Park. Runs from about 6:30 to 8 p.m. There usually is a drawing for something.
Yeah.
And then free ice cream, water. So come on out. The second one is at Prairie Oaks Park on Tuesday, June 25th. And the final one will be at Woodview Park on Tuesday, July 16th. So Mercy Park, actually, the very first one we're at, is they recently redid that and made it more accessible, which is great.
It is, and it's just a beautiful little park. And again, unfortunately, as a person who's spent a lot of time in Mercy Hospital, right, with family members, what have you, whenever I needed to kind of take a break from the ER, I'd always go for a little walk through the park. And it's just a real nice place for the employees, I know, use it. I know a lot of people who need to take a break from the hospital will go use it. And so it's a park that, unless you live there, or you work at Mercy, or you've unfortunately had that marathon in the ER, you might not know about it. It's just a beautiful little park.
Yeah. So come on out, check it out, talk to all of us. It'll be a great time. I think that is all I have. Obviously, we have a lot more on tap, but we'll get to those. The farmers market will be opening later in June. Rec on the Spot for the kids is coming up starting in June once school's out, and then of course Night to Unite isn't too far away. People will be able to register for that.
And we've got the splash pad in Crooked Lake Beach opening this Saturday.
Yeah, Memorial Weekend on the Saturday, so what is that? Saturday the 25th.
Yep.
Splash pad opens at 9 a.m. and then that's open daily. I believe it's 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Through Labor Day. They did extend those hours a little bit last year after some folks requested it.
Yes. It was a lot of our daycare folks wanted to have a spot a little bit earlier to bring the kids. So
All right, that's always a busy place, especially
Yep.
on a warm summer day.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's all I have, unless
Yep.
there's anything else you want to add.
I have nothing to add, Steve.
All right. That's unusual, Pat, but are you sure?
I'm positive.
We're done? Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you being here today to talk to us. Thank you at home for watching, and we'll see you back here again after our 2 meetings in June.